Baik, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada penonton Astro AWANI. Anda bersama dengan saya, Firdaus Azil, di mana kali ini saya akan membincangkan tentang satu topik ataupun satu titik perubahan yang dikatakan akan membawa titik perubahan bukan sahaja kepada negara Johor tetapi juga kepada negara secara keseluruhan, iaitu tentang pemeteraian apa yang disebut sebagai Johor-Singapura Special Economic Zone, yang mana kita tahu bahawa akan ada majlis menandatangani MOU ataupun agreement ataupun framework yang mana detail ataupun perincian tu akan dikongsikan kemudian. Tetapi sudah pasti kita tahu bahawa JS-SEZ ni dikatakan sebagai satu anjakan paradigma yang bagaimana ia mungkin akan mengubah ekonomi di Johor sendiri, tetapi pada masa sama kerana ia melibatkan Singapura, sudah pasti kita perlu bercakap dengan pemain-pemain industri kerana mereka lebih memahami dari segi perinciannya. Mereka juga mungkin boleh berkongsikan tentang bagaimana JS-SEZ ni boleh mengubah ekonomi ataupun memperkukuhkan lagi ekonomi Johor dan juga Malaysia. Jadi untuk kali ini bersama dengan saya cukup berbesar hati saya dapat bersama dengan Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Austin Heights Group, iaitu Encik Chong Khai Siang, yang mana beliau juga agak aktif, sangat aktif dalam memperjuangkan tentang business community, terutamanya pada Chinese Chamber. Mr. Khai Siang, terima kasih banyak kerana bersama Astro AWANI. Jadi Cik Khai Siang, bila kita bercakap tentang JS-SEZ, pertama kali apabila it's being mooted ataupun dia dibangkitkan sebagai pemain industri, apakah tanggapan Encik Khai Siang ketika itu?
Actually, bila idea ini dimutkan, memang excited. Semua orang dekat Johor, I ingat satu Malaysia pun excited kerana perkara ini macam Shenzhen dengan Hong Kong punya relationship. Kita memang fikirkan akan mempertingkatkan ekonomi keseluruhan dan juga orang dari dua-dua country kan akan lebih senang untuk movement, dan this will definitely help in the whole economy in the region and poise Malaysia, especially Johor, in the eye of the world. So it's definitely very important for the region.
Encik Khai Siang sebut tentang Shenzhen dan juga Hong Kong. Macam mana kita nak membawa penonton untuk memahami apa yang berlaku di sana? Kenapa nak disamakan dengan sini? Bagaimanakah similarity ataupun persamaan yang boleh kita kongsikan dengan penonton?
Hong Kong actually is a very important economic corridor, and Shenzhen in the 1970s actually is a fishing village. So, macam mana, how this economic change is actually through collaboration, connectivity, and also through economic exchange. So, Singapore is now a very important economic zone or financial hub in the region, and Johor is also have a lot of resources. So how these two countries connect together and how these two economic zones connect together, this will definitely emulate what Shenzhen and Hong Kong has to meet. And in early this year, I believe that our Chief Minister of Johor, Wartawan, also actually led an entourage to study the model, and I think this is definitely good because learning from the past so that we can become a better economic zone.
Right. Okey, jadi tetapi dari segi sebagai pemain industri, kita bercakap tentang dua perkara daripada SEZ, Special Economic Zone, dan juga Special Financial Zone. Bagaimana kita nak memahami, mungkin orang di luar sana, in fact media sendiri pun masih cuba nak memahami dengan lebih detail. Di mana Special Financial Zone, di mana Special Economic Zone, apakah perbezaannya?
Okay, kalau kita bincang dengan SFZ dengan SEZ kan, SFZ Special Financial Zone dekat Forest City, so semua orang dah tahu. Tapi SEZ dia ada dalam 6 PBT, so kita pun berbesar hatilah kerana Kerajaan Negeri Johor juga ada buat macam workshop dengan kita pemain industri supaya kita mengetahui dan boleh kita kasih input kepada kerajaan supaya boleh terajui di peringkat persekutuan lah. So macam mana ini akan tolong kita pemain industri kan? Actually, kalau dari segi ekonomi, memang banyak perkara yang boleh dibincangkan. Macam ekonomi kalau Singapore dengan Johor, they work together, macam mana dia akan keluarkan fire spark yang lebih besar. Macam mana dia akan make a bigger cake. So, this is not a zero-sum game. Bukan Singapore menang, Malaysia menang. It's all we work together. How do we make us important in the region? How do we make Johor in the eye of the world? And how we leverage on Singapore and make Malaysia, make Johor connected in terms of economic, in terms of financial, and in terms of kita punya movement, ease of transport, ease of kita punya talent movement. So that's important.
Okay, so kita bercakap tentang juga government to government relation, people to people relation. Kita tahu Malaysia dan Singapura bersaudara, malah kita ada ahli keluarga di sana. Tetapi bagaimana dari segi sektor bisnes, mungkin Cik Khai Siang boleh kongsikan tentang opportunity, peluang-peluang yang mungkin akan timbul daripada keseluruhan SEZ dan juga SFZ ni untuk bisnes.
Okay, kalau untuk bisnes kan, banyak perkara yang akan berlaku especially kepada business community kerana memang peluang besar. Singapore is a very big market, is connected to the world. Johor, we have a lot of resources. So macam kat Malaysia, kat Johor, kita ada banyak tanah, that's why Singapore tak cukup tanah. So banyak industri dia akan pindah ke Johor. So dalam segi pelaburan, daripada segi meningkatkan cost kita punya cost of living, this is going to make Johor different from other people.
Okey, bila kita bercakap tentang SEZ, okey, kita nak tengok bukan saja limpahan ekonomi itu kepada rakyat, kepada negara, kepada Johor, tetapi dari segi sebagai industry player, of course, business ni dia ada risk dia. Tapi dari segi ni, apakah benefit kepada industri yang Cik Khai Siang sertai?
Okay, for the business industry, for Singapore and Malaysia, especially Johor, definitely they will make a lot of sense because Singapore, they have less land. That's why all the manufacturing will definitely come to Johor.
Okay.
Johor, then it will property industry or manufacturing industry, definitely there will be a high in the business impact. And for our talent development, when business come into Johor, our talent, our people in Malaysia, as people in Johor, will get paid higher. So when they get paid higher, they will have more spending power. Yeah. When they have more spending power, the retail industry in general will go up. So in short, it's a chain effect. So we need to be ready. I mean, we can think about both ways. Some people will say, wow, when this thing signed, a lot of our talent will go to Singapore. We are hard to get people to work here. And a lot of business will come in to compete with the local. That is a negative perspective. But on a positive perspective, we can talk about, yes, we have a lot of people coming in. Spending power is better. We can make more business. So it depends on, are we ready? Are we ready to embrace the change? Are we ready to embrace Johor SEZ? So this is important because at the end of the day, the idea of this economic zone is to increase our talent pay and create a better economic region and also make Johor at the eyes of the world. So at the end of the day, if we do not grasp ourselves, be ready, we complain or we just sit there and wait, nothing will happen. So it's like what our Dr. MB also say, we need to be ready. If we are not ready, the opportunity will be seized by other people that is ready out there. Okay. So for Johorian, be ready. For Singapore, definitely it will come in and make Johor a greater place.
Right. Saya juga tertarik sebab Cik Khai Siang juga ada pengalaman menerajui satu developer punya ni. Jadi apabila datangnya pembangunan seperti ini, sudah pasti ia akan meningkatkan nilai hartanah dan sebagainya, harga rumah juga akan naik. Dan kalau kita tengok pendapatan rakyat Johor ni masih belum banyak lagi rumah yang belum mampu dimilik. Jadi bagaimana the chain effect, you mentioned about chain effect, inflation sebagai contoh. Jadi bagaimana kita nak mengimbangi daripada pandangan business player?
Okay, kalau from the player for industry players view, right, for development, actually is actually a big chain effect. When manufacturing price go up, the price will be transferred to developer. Yes. When developer get the price transfer, the price will go and it will be transferred to the end user. And when end user, they work in the industry, they get higher pay, so they will be more affordable. So it's an economic cycle. So at the end of the day, who is the person that actually sits in the economic cycle that do not actually increase the wages or have higher spending power, they will be the left out. Right. And this left out, I think, in Johor, I mean, we are very, very fortunate to have a Johor state government that actually focus a lot on this housing, because under the guidance of Dato' Jafni, which is our Exco Peramahan, a lot of RMJ is being done through PKPJ. So this is also one of the way that developers, through our CSR, we are helping the state government to realize the aspiration of make home affordable and make home available to all Johorians.
Okey, berbalik kepada JS-SEZ ni, kita juga faham dalam laporan media mengatakan bahawa of course they want to attract more businesses, investors semua, dan pasti kalau you nak attract, kalau awak nak attract ataupun menarik minat pelabur syarikat daripada luar, of course akan ada insentif. So far, setakat ini, adakah telah ditenang? Sebab kita masih vague tentang insentif-insentif yang bakal diberikan. Dan kalau belum, apakah harapan tentang bentuk tax incentive? I'm sure you yourself tahu better tentang apa jenis insentif yang amat diperlukan untuk spur the business.
Okey, kalau dari segi insentif kan, memang banyak discussion, banyak town hall telah dibuat oleh kerajaan negeri, tapi setakat ini kita belum tahu apa-apa insentif yang detail kerana dia belum di-sign dan di-disclose. Tapi untuk business community, memang insentif yang apa-apa kerajaan buat, ia perlu seimbang. Ia tidak boleh side kepada Singapura atau side kepada Malaysia, kerana kita kena seimbang supaya bisnes boleh sama-sama sukses. Kalau tidak kan, bisnes kat Malaysia mungkin akan kita panggil di-cannibalize lah. So saya tahu memang kerajaan memang ada harapan ini, dan I think ini akan diketahui ketika itu framework dah design dan di-announce oleh menteri lah. So setakat ni kita harap-harap sebelum di-announce atau di-design, kita boleh bersama-sama work together, because this is an inclusive economy, and at the end of the day, the stakeholder or the player is the person who's going to drive it. So how do we work together? That's very important.
But bila kita cakap tentang perniagaan syarikat bisnes daripada Singapura dan juga Malaysia, you mentioned that kena seimbang. But is that a fair feel for both? Macam Singapura mungkin mereka ada maybe you boleh lebih explain.
Okay, seimbang because in terms of the people movement, for example, like tax incentive for people to come to Malaysia to work, what tax they get, all the foreign talents, and especially for all the foreign companies who come to Malaysia to work. Instead of kita kasih incentive through MIDA ke apa kan, we need to have a retained portion that they need to hire local talent, because at the end game, we also hope that our local talent can develop their talent and they can get better pay. Instead of all the talent is from foreign countries, we need to develop our local talent, because at the end of the day, human capital, talent will drive Malaysia and will drive Johor to a greater height. So that is how in my feeling it should be. And for Singapore companies, Singapore, we have very little land. They have very little land. At the end of the day, they can do high economic sales in Singapore, and they can have their manufacturing plant in Malaysia. And this will cut down their costs, more competitive, and in another way, when it comes to manufacturing in Malaysia, it will make Malaysia or Johor a better area where we can train our local talent to make them more competitive. Of course, when everyone talk about this semicon industry, data center, they're already in this region. They know the locality, and they know the area is important for them. Therefore, more and more company will come, but you need to give options, or you need to give priority to hire local talents as well as develop our human capital. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Kan, just wondering lah, you ada tak bila nampak opportunity seperti ni, so akan ada datang syarikat-syarikat Singapura, is there any macam potential business partnership between two countries? I mean, businesses daripada Malaysia dan Singapura, maybe you ada macam, okay lah, kita boleh strike a partnership dengan Singapura. Adakah begitu di kalangan Chinese Chamber?
Okay, for business community, what we see, actually, partnership, collaboration is definitely the way forward. Let's say there's a business in Singapore who want to come in. They do not know Johor punya local player or Johor how it works. They can always look for partners. And for example, if we go to Singapore, we want to go to a bigger marketplace, because Singapore they are connected. They're more connected to a bigger marketplace. We can leverage on them. So by working together, definitely this economic will be different. But the problem is, are we ready? are we ready to work together? Are we ready to hold hand, to develop, to make it a better region and to make it a better economic zone?
So you need to have trust.
Yeah, need to have trust.
And then?
We need to have trust, we need to have integrity, and we need to have the spirit of collaboration.
Right.
Without this, without all this, right, it will never happen. So it's not only at the level of the government, it's also at the level of the corporate world. Because without trust, without all this, we are all talking in the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bila kita bercakap tentang satu opportunity yang cukup besar, kita cakap tentang bagaimana menjadikan Malaysia dan Singapura sebagai Shenzhen dan juga Hong Kong dan sebagainya, kita juga bercakap tentang rakyat. Yang mana rakyat ni ataupun ada pihak-pihak ni yang mungkin mereka memerlukan, sebab kadang-kadang apabila pembangunan tu dihasilkan, when the development is there, tetapi kadang-kadang dia ada risiko dia. Jadi kita bercakap bagaimana kita nak protect interest. Jadi bagaimana Encik Khai Siang melihat tentang dari segi social safety net sebagai contoh?
Actually, when development is there, especially dalam Johor-Singapura Special Economic Zone, everything will go up, including opportunity, including price, including cost of living. So, kalau if we have all this coming up, right, the state government and the federal government, I think, should be also having some social safety net for these people that live in the region, but not or cannot get direct benefit or direct economic impact from the region. These people are the people that drive the economy for the past 30, 40 years, but for the next 30, 40 years, maybe they are not ready, or they are not capable, or they are not be able to move on the bandwagon. So transition need to be made. It cannot be suddenly tiba-tiba change. The past, these people will be left out, and these people when left out, it will create a lot of social problem. So focus, incentive, or help, or maybe some safety net for the government policy need to be done to protect this vulnerable group and protect this group, so that when we achieve more together. Yeah.
Okay. Kita juga nak menyentuh tentang opportunity. Saya masih nak mengetahui opportunity. Okey, kita bercakap tentang SEZ, technicalities dan sebagainya. Tetapi apakah bentuk-bentuk peluang yang mungkin boleh diceburi, yang sudah pun di-identify ataupun telah pun dikenal pasti dari kalangan industri player? Jenis-jenis perniagaan bagaimana yang kita maksudkan ni?
Okay, if we talk about potential, there are many potentials or many industry that SEZ is focusing on. But let's talk about a few industry. For example, manufacturing. Okay. Like what I discussed before, manufacturing, Singapore lack of land. They will definitely move to Johor because Johor have a lower land cost, and definitely it will help them lower down their costs and become a more competitive product in the world marketplace. Then if you talk about property, when there's manufacturing, they need factory, they need land. Property in general will go up. And when there's more people, talent coming to Johor to stay, again, property demand will be there, property will go up. Then when it comes to tourism, when there are people, they need leisure, tourism will go up. But in my opinion, the most important sector that will have benefit on is actually at the retail sector. Because when people have a better lifestyle or people have a better way of living, retail is definitely will be there. People will be more able to spend more, buy more, and they will choose more quality product compared to conventional product. So at the end of the day, the whole industry is a chain effect. Everyone must be ready. So as the government is going to announce it, I think the local government or the local GLC companies, they need to take a lead in helping the local understand what is then for them, how do they benefit of it, and how do they be part of it. Because without them knowing how to be part of it, right, they will always be out of the circle, not understanding it, and not be ready. So the key thing is like what our Dato' MB spoke a few days ago, is be ready for the change, because this change is for the good. This change bukan untuk yang untuk, not for the bad. And also Dato' MB talk about KPIs, because last time before SEZ, maybe one day you sell $10,000 worth of cake. But when after SEZ, when more people come in with the RTS, with all this ready, maybe you need to set a KPI, sell 15,000 cake
so
a day. They themselves need to increase. If you are complacent, do nothing, sit there and wait for things to happen. At the end of the day, you get nothing. So when SEZ is there, it's a lifetime opportunity. It's a once in the blue moon thing. We need to grasp the opportunity. And most important thing is now the star is aligned. Our Johor Sultan is now the Agong. And the star is aligned. And Pemangku Sultan Johor, he's very aggressive, driving our state economic with Barisan Exco and our MB, which is very hardworking. They work day and night, especially at the border, the custom area, to make sure traffic congestion is lower so that people can move easily through the border. With all this is aligned, I see no reason why we fail. But the key is how to get all the rakyat, especially in Johor, to be involved, because as a driving force, like work together with like a JDT team, this is definitely going to make Johor the brightest star in Malaysia and in the map of the world.
Cik Khai Siang, terima kasih banyak kerana berkongsikan insight daripada perspektif business player. Cik Khai Siang merupakan CEO kepada Austin Heights yang juga terlibat aktif sebagai presiden untuk The Boss Club of Malaysia, juga presiden Persatuan Usahawan Malaysia, yang mana kita pasti dengan JS-SEZ ni tanpa involvement ataupun pelibatan business player seperti Encik Khai Siang, sudah pasti mungkin ia susah nak ke mana-mana kerana ia memerlukan pelibatan semua pihak dari segi kerajaan negeri, persekutuan, daripada pihak Singapura dan juga daripada pemain-pemain industri dan juga kepada rakyat Johor sendiri. Jadi pada masa ini untuk kali ini itu saja kita boleh kongsikan tentang JS-SEZ. Jadi terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.